Game 2, Day 4, Finals Day. Brian Pollock joins me. He's the coach of St. Pat's Shorncliffe, and we are underway as Clairvoya MacKillop College will receive
they've
Southern
let that
End.
bounce. There we go. They've let it bounce and gone dead. Has that concentration word.
Yeah.
Game 6, John. It's in.
Game 6, and it is fatigue
It
as well.
is. Yeah, it's that breeze that's been around all week, boys. Remember that?
I was just saying to Michael Bryan about you probably don't want to play that first game on the last day. You just want to come and watch a little bit of footy, walk around and get warmed up. And I think these players are probably a bit fresher than the game beforehand between Xavier and Mount Maria.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, you're right. But I remember Lionel Williamson, who was my mentor and first head coach from St. Augustine, say, no matter what, on the last day, you're going to watch or hear about a team or two teams playing the first, looking for a first win possibly.
Yeah.
You know, and right now, like with 48 teams in the competition, there's two teams turned up here this morning, may have not had a win, and they're competing for their college and their mates to try and get a win on the last day. Or so they're up early and having a crack. So for these teams to come here today, this morning, playing for a final, they're in a good position and they've got a great opportunity to represent their school and try and get a great outcome for the week.
Referee says 6 to go. And the other thing is, we were just talking about pop out.
Nice
the back
offload there. Here goes the 10 from Clairvoya.
Zane Ford, he was good the other day.
Yeah,
well.
right.
Zane Ford
Yeah, he looks good. Good leg drive.
He's taken a couple of St. Columbans with him.
Maybe about 30 odd metres there. They're on their short side.
He was going backwards to go forwards there at one point. It's now with Chris Wilson. But the other thing is, we're talking about, this is the last time they'll play in a carnival, but obviously they'll play term footy.
Yep.
Then they've got exams, so they're playing for each other because they probably has.
Oh, nice line.
He's going to go through
He's
and score
over.
that try with Zane Ford.
Yeah.
He started it and he finished it.
Yeah. No, he's shown plenty of energy there. Plenty of energy. It started probably from the offload back here on the 40 where the young bloke's popped it back to Zane and he's had a crack, and then Zane's gone, I'll go again. Got his tail up and his energy on. He'll hit the hole and then stepped off that right foot away from the fullback and goes over.
The referees for this game is Jacob Nelson, and these touch judges are Caden Tyndall and Ethan Brown. So Zane Ford stamping his authority on this game. As I was saying, they go into exams, and this confro, and for most it's their one and only because of COVID in the last 2 years.
Yes.
Some will play again next year.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got some players that will play again next year.
Yeah, we've got, I think it's about 8.
Oh, really?
2 grade 10s currently right now. And
Sports Bet, if you're listening.
Yeah. And that's probably, it's not always an ideal thing sometimes. But, when you've got a large group of, numbers at our school, and there's, you're trying to look at growth and development and other things. Like I said yesterday, St. Eddie's have got 11 grade 11s, which is great for them. And again, it's that experience. And we know, you can see the boys that have done it last year that are here this year. They're especially the back end sort of quarterfinal, semi-final, yesterday. So they're the ones that they keep finding a bit more because they know what it feels like. And that's the good thing.
Conversions, exactly. So plenty to look forward to in 2023. It's St. Lawrence's will look after that, and Chris Leadbetter's mob, as you said, I think you actually said it yourself, Brian, they've probably been planning that since they've found out that they've got the carnival.
Yeah.
How far ahead do you know when you're hosting?
Usually it's around 2 to 3. So, example, the coaches manager meeting on Wednesday. Obviously Laurie's have got theirs for next year, and they've. This is a deja vu. But Columba need to take this advantage. They don't need to lose this advantage that they got the first time. So, double whammy here. And they've just got to make sure that they execute St. Columban, from Caboolture area.
St. Columban's used to play in the TAS competition when they were based at
Albion, the
from
big
Crosby Park.
Yep, that's right. Big complex up there. Well done, good offload.
They come again. We see these diminutive number 9s. These number 1 Ryan Carroll, and Carroll scoots his way, scurries, if you will, to the try line. Now they're going to have a crack with Tommy McDonald. Tom McDonald will stand the tackle. He draws 3 or 4 defenders. See if a back line here is coming from St. Columban's.
See where they can go here. They'll go short.
Not sure they were supposed to guard that player, but anyway, he's going to lose some metres. Won't be a bad
Still
thing.
a chance out there, but again, if they have someone running a good unders line to hold that defence up to hit out the back.
Goes back into the field of play. The defence coming up reasonably quickly here from Clairvoya McKilt, so he had to turn back in field without throwing a hospital pass, and there's some heavy contact, and that might be Ryan Carroll again getting the treatment. Lock forward now is Oscar Torrens, and Torrens scored a try on day 2. They go to the right-hand side. Grub a kick.
Oh, they've got it.
He's got a
Great
try.
try.
Well,
he's offside, sorry.
well,
Touchy's thrown his hand up.
I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if it was a try, and the bench jumped up, so that gave me a clue, and then they jumped back down pretty
Give it
quick.
to him. That was cracking. There's a space there. The defence has come up. A great vision from the 14. Yeah, I'd have to say he is offside. A fraction. But
touches your line through the referee, but you're right. It's that player who broke the line.
Yeah, gave him the
gap.
opportunity.
You've got
Yeah,
to hold that line, haven't you?
You do.
We'll make the tackle. Zane Ford now. Still Zane Ford is drawing a lot of attention. Ford rolls over, loses the footy. It's going to be a strip for an arm in the ruck here, and the players remonstrate briefly, realising that you can't change the referee's mind.
No, plenty of people learnt that this week.
Yes, Jacob Nelson.
And that's coaches included.
That's right. Jacob Nelson is the referee, so he'll have his hands full with this
great
contest. Chris Wilson.
It's really good football there by Clairvoya.
20 metres out, 10 in from the hillside here at BB Prince Stadium. See again, you can see St. Columba's defence, that umbrella defence, banana defence.
They're coming off the line and sort of trying to hold them inside.
Turning it back in and believing their forward pack can hold them out, so they go to the left-hand side. Catch pass, goes himself to the fullback.
Good
offload. Here's the man who actually came off the line there earlier, Luke Anderson, and Anderson will get up 2 metres short of the try line. Slow play the ball. Throws the big fella at the line there, and Zane Ford.
Held up. Well done by the blue headgear. Get a number on him. Well done there.
That's a blue headgear with the stars around it.
2.
That's the winger.
Yeah, the
McGuinness.
2. Cooper, McGuinness, well done there.
Look at this. This is no easy thing to do because Zane Ford is...
Yep. Well, he proved in his first try he's got some leg drive and size. So, well done there by that young fella.
So, yourself... we'll come back to the short. Wait for the 6. You've got your game coming up at 11:30.
We do.
As we see Byrne.
Get to the middle.
Karaluka. Catch him pass again. Gives it to the winger and Koo goes back into the field of play here. The cover defence.
Great work by St. Columba's. They came up and just kept checking and releasing.
Last tackle. And that'll be a change.
Well done. Good defence by St. Columba's has probably helped that.
Yeah, so you've got a game at 11:30. Who are you up against, my friend?
We're back up against the Mayas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We played them in round game 3.
Yep.
In our pool games, and it was a good contest. So now, with...
It was a good contest, so you didn't win.
No, it was a good contest. That's the best way to do it. Positive to a positive.
Positive talk, that's it. But obviously there's a lot to learn from that game, and you'll bring that to field 1.
We're on field 2, which we've never played on this carnival, which is great. We've played on every one bar, 6 and 2. So, 6, and we've got 1 the other day. Field 2 should be cracking. Nice little amphitheatre there with the grandstand and the facilities over there. So the boys are looking forward to field 2. And as we've said to them today, it's game 6, and we've got to go again. So
here we go now with Clairvoya McKilt. Scrum win. Are they going to score off the back of a scrum? No. Again, this is a cover defence from St. Columba's. Is scrambling nicely. I'll take that as a win if they can hold them out for a second set. Almost above the horizontal. Lets the player down, and that was the lock forward in Oscar Torrens, the tackler. Flat-footed to a degree is Zane Ford. Zane Ford! The upright stopped him from scoring the try. So Zane Ford will get up
filthy
with a broken rib, maybe off its pattern, so he's got a chance. They've got numbers this time, surely in the corner. Juggles it, goes back into the field of play here. That might be Chris Wilson.
The 11, well done. Right on there, Chris. Nice sort of juggle and then regathered his control and then step back on the inside.
Yeah, waited possession. They scrambled again. They scrambled for so long, but all of it came back to Zane Ford.
There's Zane in the middle, sort of condensed their defence, St. Columbans, and then the distribution by the half and the dummy half to get it out wide where the path of least resistance would be.
Sizable number 11 charging that close to the line. It's going to be a big Herculean of effort to deny him a try. But I was just looking at that camera shot there, Brian Pollock. Look at that.
Yep.
It's just wonderful carnival. There's footy everywhere, and every game means the world for every player.
As I said this morning, there was an 8:30 game this morning, again, with two teams that, probably had to get up at 6.
Got to bed at 4.
Yeah, probably.
Last night.
And then they're here today to watch a bit of footy and enjoy their last game, and enjoy the footy that's around them. And probably, obviously everyone's looking forward to. Well, just go backwards. How good was yesterday's girls' grand final?
Fantastic.
It was amazing.
Great spectacle. I spoke to Scott McSherry about the crowd. He said bigger than they've ever had, even for a cup game, and a marquee cup game, say, against the Capras or something like that. But the hill was full.
Yep.
Everybody stopped. They came over.
Yep.
And, unfortunately for St. Pat's, the conversion here is going to just miss out. Just weren't good enough against Marymount. Marymount never lost a game all carnival or last year from the 2 games they played. So they're, I think, 8 from 8.
Yep. Well, they've got a good program down there with Matt Geyer and Hamilton and this coaching staff down there at Marymount, playing in the local Gold Coast competition. And I know I was talking to Hamo and Matt Geyer last year and a bit of this year at the little meetings we've had. The growth down there is massive. So it's good for all sports and the young girls to get a vehicle to play a bit of footy that they want to play.
Well, I've been calling some Wholesome Cup, which is obviously the competition, or it used to be the old Div 1, and there's some players that come back from NRLW even, but also from the BHP Premiership, and that's been quality footy, and it wasn't far off the quality footy I saw yesterday from what I've seen in South East Queensland. Here he goes, the try score, away he goes.
Drawing past here, do you think?
Chris Wilson.
Oh, no. First tackle, good decision.
He's overrun it there, but I'm sure his team out on the left wing will be saying, well, you've got one, I haven't, or wouldn't mind having a go.
Send it out here.
Again, the back row. Helgeson gets
good D.
driven back.
That's helped his team out.
Its quality's not far away, and obviously a grand final draws out the best quality and the best.
Yeah, and now, we put it on live stream, so I'd like to know the data on the views on the live stream and all those things, because our boys were sitting there just cringing and enjoying the contest and the physicality and like this here, this physicality. It was they're like, oh, how good's the 13 from Marymount, and so they were embraced in it, which is great.
Yeah, Colk was the player, and then obviously had McLeod and a few of the others running up the middle. But at the moment, we've got
a good contest going on here.
Yeah,
Columba is, after that big break by Clairvoya, St. Columbans have held their own defensively. Just got to keep here.
Gives the offload now to Ambrosini, and now here's Williams. And Ty Williams is going to turn it back inside. That's going to be touched, I think, but it's going to be retrieved in the end for Noah McLaughlin for St. Columbans. So it breaks down again for Clairvoya McKillop, but an opportunity for St. Columbans still. 12 minutes to go, first half.
Yeah, well, hopefully St. Columbans just build a bit of pressure here. After that great defensive effort. There they go. They wanted that. So that's going to cool their jets for a couple of seconds. Nice and calm. Take the 20. Take the 20 metres from the kick and hopefully set up something for themselves and get inside the 10-metre mark of the Clairvoya and look for an opportunity.
Speaking of calm, Brian Pollock, coach of the St. Pat's, Sean.
Oh, St. George is fine.
St. George soon, if you're listening.
Hook and I are good mates.
How are you? Oh yeah, Anthony Griffin. How are you doing, mate, before a game? Are you a calm man, or during a game? Are you a pacer? Or do you sit? Or what do you do?
I don't know. So I reckon if you asked all the 21 players in our team and coaching staff, they might see like 21 different personalities sometimes in there. Some, it's. I don't know. I suppose here, because I was part of this in '91 with my school, and Lionel Williamson had a big effect, and my family's a league family from up north, and Dad was involved. So footy was probably it's in my DNA, and my wife would obviously say that DNA needs to sometimes check a little bit, But I enjoy it. Like, I just think inside I probably can be like the old mouse on the wheel, but. I said the other day, we got told to be quiet on the sideline yesterday, and we were, and they responded their own way, team. And the team, we drew, but we got the win because we scored first.
Yep.
And there was some really good skill sets shown without us obviously having to try and cue them to do what we were thinking and hope they would do.
Broken play. Here goes Ty Williams.
Here's a big...
Williams.
Come on,
Williams.
speed.
Head down. Williams goes back into the field of play. Still going. Williams. He's got a player on the outside. He's not going to pass it off.
Come on, send it over here, the 5. 5 is screaming for this, Clairvoya. Screaming for it.
Halfback. Byrne finds the front row on that man, Zane Ford.
There's Zane Ford again. Yeah, you nearly go back down there because that's where they're...
Close from dummy half. Good run there from Jack Pratt. And the play actually is Luke Anderson on the left-hand side with that orange head.
Here we go. Catch pass. Oh.
He hangs on to it. There's 2 players outside. If I can see it. I know the answer to my question, what do you like on the sideline, because I can see it right now.
Yeah.
It's not even your team.
It's not even my team.
Exactly right.
So come on.
Here he goes in Helgeson. And Helgeson, we can see a lot from up here, of course, which makes it a little bit easy. Now it's the last tackle, says referee Nelson, I should say. To the left they go. There's quite a few players. Kick into the goal. Here's this man coming through, and that might be Luke Anderson to score, is it?
Yeah, well done. Yeah, started with him, and now he's got the opportunity to finish it. So well done there. Great touch by the 7. Identified the space. Wingers on side. Really fighting, getting through, and nice try.
Yep, he did start it. I called Ty Williams, but Luke Anderson obviously playing on.
He looked like
wing.
Ty Williams.
He did,
flying down there,
even with or without the head.
Yeah,
It makes it
exactly.
a little bit tricky. So, yeah, they didn't want that before half time. It's Cleo McKilpin go out to 14 with a kick to come.
Yeah, well, it's again the pressure, I suppose, from Clairvoya with their responding back from St. Columban's maybe errors. They've got some good outside backs over there, and the 11 and the 3 of Clairvoya have showed some good speed down that left edge.
With that, just quickly while this conversion, you talk about keeping quiet on the sideline. Have you have the ability to send messages out?
Oh yeah.
So how much do you differ from your game plan for the whole 40 minutes, or whether it be 50 minutes? Do you readjust a lot if you find the forward pack isn't quite competing? Do you send the little guys a message to do a little bit more work?
Yeah, sometimes. I suppose in our AIC season we will, because we'll have time to build on the extra knowledge that we want them to build. Leading to this carnival is trying to play, and the old analogy of just simple football to learn where to be, and transferring those skills from rugby union to rugby league is different. As much as the simple skill sets are similar, catch, pass, tackle, all that sort of stuff, but positional play, what middle forwards need to try and do, and also understanding the skill sets that those kids have. So that's sort of our learning this week, it's a great challenge for them, but also our outside backs can see that now and they're responding to it. So we had some really good scoots from dummy half yesterday because their middles were a bit tired, and that was just automatic. They just went into an automatic mode where they went and did that. So that's this week of learning as well.
Yeah, I'd really love to see. I'm not sure if there's a lot of live streaming. So we see this back row coming in again. It's Chris Wilson. I'd really love to see some games on live stream. We'll go out and see these games. What you take from confraternity back into the third term sport.
Yep.
See what difference it makes to the style of play. And it's obviously a lot easier because you can work your bench a little bit easier because you haven't got to worry about player management because it's game after game. So, it'd be interesting to sort of get a post-mortem and have a look at the competition. And if I don't get enough football to watch, I might add some schoolboy footy as well. So a knock on there.
Well, geez, the AIC could nearly tap you on the shoulder and look for it because most of them get live streamed. Oh, they get taped at a minimum, just for the purpose of AIC. You never know; you might get a call up.
Never know. Always
the best thing about AIC Rugby League, and it is confraternity based. So what happens is, example, Padua's got a great initiative this year. They're going to host the trial day. So the first week back in term 3, Padua's got all the grounds and every school that's going to be playing is there.
How good.
That looks like confraternity, right? And then round 1. So example, I think say Villanova might host round 1. Everyone's there. 3 fields going, grade 5 to first.
Wow.
So if we're playing, say, St. Edmunds, we'll play St. Edmunds from grade 5, 6, 7, all the way up. So it's you can sit around and you can watch 3 games, all sort of footy going on and all AIC schools going on. So, yeah. But now we're into this sort of game, and St. Columba's have got a chance here
Yeah, 5 minutes remaining in this first half. They need to points on sooner rather than later. And then once again, even these line defensive Clairvoya, it's almost like it's day one, still throwing themselves a lot. It's the last. It's the last tackle. He got in the way there, unfortunately, did the 17 there in Atkins, and that'll be a changeover.
There's a little bit of that concentration and communication. Yeah. And that's expected. The less happens, the less of this that happens, the better. But, yep, it's game 6. Been a long week. Here's go Ward. Great run. Great offload.
And the ball back inside to the
great
fullback, Ambrosini.
Yeah, that was great rugby league there.
So you haven't got enough footy, so you're going to have another carnival day at Padgett. You guys are outstanding. I love the idea. Zane Ford goes
Yeah,
forward
it's a great
with
initiative.
Yeah.
It's a really good initiative.
He's a good operator, Peter Elmore.
Yeah, well, that's not just Elmore; it's everyone. The AIC principals, and and obviously a lot of the head of sports. But it's also great for families because if you've got a young fella in grade 6 and the older one in grade 9, you don't have to get him somewhere else and him somewhere else. You can just go to St. Pat's College. Well done here. Good turnover.
He knocked it on, and it's going to be a change. Scrum to St. Columbus. Yeah, no, great initiative. We see, obviously, in the Host Plus Colts competition, Cup competition, we have Colts, Mel Meninga, BHP maybe. So you might have 5 games all at one venue. They can all stick around and support their fellow teammates or club mates.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a wonderful afternoon.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, that's like growing up in country Cairns, junior rugby league. You'd sit there and from under 9s, under 10s, under 11s, and if you're lucky enough, you needed to have a second game, and you might have been under 12s and 13s were short. You'd play for them.
Just a little tip for you: if you're going out to Padgett, get there early for a car spot.
Yeah. They can't. Exactly. The parking is one of those.
It's pretty ordinary out there, but I've called an Uber from my car spot to get to the ground there, so it's a fair way out. Anyway, back at the footies with St. Columbans. We're closing in on half-time. Still just under 4 minutes to go. They need to hang on the footy and get a repeat.
Yeah,
we've got Sam Houlihan.
The young fellow 14's injured here from Harry Schultz. Oh, no, sorry, from St. Columbans. Apologies. Sam
Houlihan?
Yeah, Houlihan. I got a little knock here.
He's got on the top of his head.
He's standing up, which is great. Shake it off, young fella. Hopefully it's not anything major. It's game 6 soreness.
St. Edmunds College will take on Our Lady of the Southern Cross here at the 10:30 game.
Well, that'd be great for you, John, to be able to see that young 21 from Eddie's do it again. Was it Bailey Ward, I think? So was that from memory's name?
Yeah, the thundering Bailey Ward.
Grand final time, he might shine.
Well, I was just saying, they're big cult heroes, some of these big players, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Crowds have just risen either home or away from the kickoff. They throw themselves at the line and sometimes knock a few 10 pins over.
Yeah.
Is that the same player?
I think it's number 9. I think he might have a little bit of a unfortunate crusher there. His head was in the wrong position, unfortunately. It's a bit of a bump and a bruise there. Oh, Jesus! Unfortunately, he got it a number of times, the young fella. It's like this is game 6. Can we not?
Anyway, he's up on his feet. The headgear goes back on. The trainer's gone out and said he's all good to go, but he copped a couple of jabs, but they were from the knee.
Unfortunately, none of them were illegal. He was just trying to get up and do something.
Well, this is an opportunity to set a play here, but it also gives Clairvoya McKillop a chance to reset their line. So the lock forward in Oscar Torrens.
They're short down here. If they have a crack, St. Columbans, just go attack it.
They're going to kick early. Kick early. Does it bear fruit? No. What do you say about that? Is that too early, or is it being unorthodox and trying to create something out of nothing? They knew about
it. You could see him talk about something. Now, whether they were going to catch pass, or they were going to put a grubber in. I mean, like you said, it's a minute out. They could have went for that to get hopefully a try or a possible restart. But unfortunately, the rule change a couple of years ago has helped those things to happen. And then if you don't get it right, well, that's life, and you get a 7 tackle set straight back at you. So.
Last thing is he was with Anderson again, and Anderson, this time they're away to Anderson's fleet of foot.
Yes.
They pull him down, still 20 seconds to go, and there's going to be the penalty, and you're right, it's above the horizontal.
Got to be careful.
lifting the leg is going to...
Yep.
Anderson's not happy. Yeah. He'd probably actually rather they kept play on because they were getting a little bit of momentum because he said, I'm all right. Anyway, Zane Ford with his 10 millionth run up for the carnival just keeps going, big Zane. Byrne puts a kick in.
He's got
Ambrosini. Ambrosini, he'll get the try.
That's great.
Just before half-time or right on half-time, and that's going to be... That might be the clincher, but
it's
how good.
Well, that's the combination. He's read that, as in the one has read the 7, and they've obviously have a quick chat prior to that. They could see that not long to go on the clock, have a crack. You could say that they have played together for a few years. The way they communicated there.
Yeah, they're going to rue their decision perhaps down the other end there, but that's hindsight for you.
That's right. That's game 6, and that's the decisions that you boys make, and they'll learn from everything they do. So,
and then again a penalty with that
with a little lifting. Yep. But again, it's
But you're right. I think those boys do know each other quite well.
Yeah.
And if you have a fullback who's aware, and that was a kick early in the tackle count, they don't have a clock out there, but they would have some idea of what's how far away half time is. But anyway, this conversion shouldn't be too hard for Matthew Byrne.
Yep.
Or Nathan Byrne, I should say.
Did you enjoy the semi-final yesterday, the main one? It sounded where we were, just sounds. The sounds of the roars, ups and downs.
Yeah. It probably went a little bit quiet the last 5 or 10 minutes from over here. There were some there were some other people here other than the St. Pat's crowd. But it was definitely a large stadium noise you could really get involved in. Unfortunately, you can hear it in here.
Yeah.
But only when it's really loud, and I heard a lot of it yesterday, so I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of it again here this afternoon. Half-time, we'll be back with the second half here at the moment. It's all one-way track here for Clairvoya McKillop, one of the powerhouses of the past, and we'll be back with the second half shortly.
Very good.
For me, it's an opportunity to learn without restrictions.
It's the coach I need to always improve my game.
It's being a brother to another.
It's the chance to perform at my highest potential.
It's understanding the importance of our historical community.
So what can St Edmunds do for you?
We are
Men of faith.
men of learning.
Men of humility.
We are
Men of action.
We are
We are
We are
We are St. Patrick's College, Shorncliffe.
We see you working hard, juggling, dreaming, climbing. We see your ambition, your dedication. We see you gaining confidence in our spaces and on our screens. Yeah, we see you doing more.
Well, this restart actually landed in the field of play, but it's going to be a penalty for a high shot.
All right, let's see if St. Columban's can take advantage here.
Brian Pollock is the coach of St. Pat's Shorncliffe. He's got a game afterwards. He's joining us here for finals day, not for the first time. Are you enjoying the this other look at a game of footy with the headphones on, mate?
Yeah, I think it's great. As I said to the players, or even Michael when he sort of asked on the Sunday night, I know I took the opportunity, and I would encourage other coaches or even other assistant coaches to get involved in this space. I think it's good for our kids. I think it's good for you as a person and a coach or staff member to contribute in another way for this carnival. And you get a good insight into, other schools and other young players that, might evolve into, who knows, where they end up in their careers. I've enjoyed the opportunity. It's been great.
So the fullback, Ortiz, puts a kick away. Chases aren't quite up there, but he's going to, full of running, is Luke Burke.
Good first up contact.
Luke Burke is going
Well
back
done.
to where he came from.
He's going to
lose a footy. Went backwards, says the referee.
Yeah, can definitely argue that it did. So.
He's that man Anderson again. Already has a try.
Yeah, he's got good leg speed. Nice quick around the ruck there.
Coming in to do a little bit of
level,
work.
Yep.
Well, there's a 5-minute break at half time. Still, the forwards have played a lot of footy. That's been Dean Belev. 9 short of halfway.
Good early catch. Good early catch. Clairvoya just marching down the field here. Probably getting ready for use that little breeze. Or actually, let's go back 20 to kick this 50.
Going for a 40-20.
Oh, he has. He's going to get this. He is. Oh.
Just goes back in and dead in goal. It went from the pot.
That's great, but that's great, concentration. The young fella's bounced back behind the red line saying, give it to me, I'll punch this down there.
That's the first time I've seen legitimately somebody think about a 40-20 with this breeze.
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Bizarre.
And God, he was one angle away from getting that. You know what I mean? And again, I'd hope to see that there's, at the top end of town, today's final, you might hopefully see that smartness and concentration. But I applaud that young fella for doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Great thinking. Good
Long
ball.
cut-out ball. Here they go down the left-hand side.
Let's see what this is like. Inside. Oh.
Goes back inside, right, but it didn't pass the 40. He went back inside, not the footy. He'll get up and play, and that's the winger there, and Harry Wilson.
Wow.
Oh, Zane Ford comes out of a cannon.
He's read that and just went bang.
Don't go sideways.
Yes.
Zane Ford will
Game 6. Well done, Zane.
Comes in again, completes the tackle.
Great work.
Now the lock forward, Oscar Torrens, and Torrens is going to stand, and he gets the offload, and it's going to be ugly at the back here, and that'll be a 6 to go. Change over.
Just tick, give.
Well, there's 2 knock-ons. I was surprised he actually.
It did look like an offload back, and then maybe there was a hand there from Clairvoya.
Let's see which way. Well, there you go.
There goes the hand.
So maybe got a message from the touchy because in
the
first instance he was going to say.
Is he trying to rake it out? No. Is it this one? Unfortunately.
Okay. Scrum feed here to St. Columban's.
Let's move on.
It looks a bit yucky at the back there. It's pretty hard to tell who did what first.
Correct.
But Zane Ford there tackling again.
He's a good kid. He looks like
a
smart player. He slowed that down. He works at marker. He's fit.
Oscar Torrens. He's been good as well. The lock forward for St. Columban's. St. Columban's trying to get across this line. The maroon wall is just holding firm. Get out of the way is Nell trying to play the ball.
Settle down, move on.
Play the footy.
Yeah.
Hangs on to the pass and trying to get over the line there is the... Intercept here, and he's going to say he's come off from an offside mark, unfortunately.
He came off the back fence to get that.
Luke Burke.
All right, St. Columban's, here's your opportunity. You've got a few of them now. You've got to take it. Get on the board. I think they've got to take advantage of what they're doing. Oh, he scored.
He has scored.
Yeah, he's gone. Unfortunately, I was looking at the replay and then they tapped and go, I thought.
Oscar Torrens is the man who's gone over and scored the try. 13.
He's gone. I think he's like a little bit of a hit.
But he was down, wasn't
spin. He? Yeah, there's a bit of a hit and sort of side spin and then, yeah. But you know what? He took the advantage to, there's a big man and a little man in this game. And rather than running at big Zane Ford, he ran at the smaller man to the left of Zane and took him on, and the other guys sort of didn't quite react, and he gets the success there of scoring a try on grand final day for him and his college. So, but yeah, hopefully they can take advantage of this, and they're on the board, kick the conversion, go back, and you'd be, as a coach right now, you'd be after them to complete or be aware of possibly anything that Clairvoya might do, maybe a short kick-off or a higher kick, so they're aware of the breeze, and so they can execute a positive to a positive. So just watch this kick. Lovely strike.
And gets it.
Yep.
So look at the replay again. It was just, they'll be disappointed. It was just a one-off play. It should
Yeah.
have been shut down.
Yeah, but as I said, he's, the game is built on big and small men, and he's taken the opportunity to run at the smaller guy to get the advantage, and it's just unlucky.
Game on. Game on.
Here we go.
So St. Columbus, you'll see how well they bring this back now.
Yeah.
That might be the try score there in Torrance, is it?
Yeah, he's got his feet up and his energy up.
So I've said it all carnival as we see Ryan Carroll go front. The 13s from every college that I've seen on field one have made a mark. Armstrong, there's been a few others, but they just seem to keep turning up the 13s.
Yeah, as I said, the game's changed, and you spoke about the other day about one of the great back rowers in that sort of back row or lock position was Bradley Clyde, and the generation's gone and how they've evolved in different skill sets. Great energy,
Look
great
what a
line.
try brings Brian Pollock.
Oh, yeah.
Hey?
Yep.
Last
Tails
thing
are
was
up.
concede one, and now they're on the verge. But it's the last tackle. Let's see what the chase is like. It's
Going
going
to
to
hold
be
up in the breeze a bit.
Coup.
Good chase. Oh, yep.
Player take it out the back.
Yeah, so here's your opportunity. Keep calm and think. Concentrate. Hopefully they're thinking that way.
That's a penalty at the end of a set of 6, but 40 metres from where it was. Here's a replay, and he just comes through and he...
Yeah, that's what it. It's late. He could have pulled out. He could have just sort of eased into the contest, but that's everywhere now in the game. You can sort of got to leave, not leave the kickers, but you've got to care for the kickers when they do kick and what you do about that.
Yeah, it's basically, he's a sitting target. He's nothing
It
he
is.
can do. He's trying to kick a footy, and there's no other way he can defend himself.
That's right.
So here they come now. Briers, they go to the left-hand side, and the defence coming up quickly on the right-hand side from Clairvoya McKillop. And they're 9 out from the try line. Numbers out to the right. It's only about 3 or 4 to the left-hand side. Which way do they go? They're just waiting for a play of the ball, but that player's been injured. And it might be, it looks like it's Blake Douglas. Blake will get to his feet eventually and suck him back in, and he's not happy with the tackler. Here we go with Ryan Carroll.
Good feet.
Carroll gets the
offload.
offload. Tries at the referee's there. Held up.
It looks like it's held up. Is our big mate, I think.
He's just laying underneath that. He said, if you're going to score a try, you're going to score on either side of my body.
Yep.
How good. But anyway, they'll have another crack at the line. Probably need the spaces with Houlihan. No, they'll go back and play it. The referee says, wait for my call. Whistle back on. Now we can play it. Houlihan. Catch and pass, trying to draw plays. That's the fullback in Ortiz, and Ortiz will roll back and it's been dived on, so they've lost the footy and knock on. They're going to say it's a knock on here from Clairvoya McKillop, I think, because it's obviously not a change. I think St. Columbus might get the scrum feed here, and they will.
Do. Yep, there the hand goes up.
Well, how good is the defence here from Clairvoya McKillop? They're just getting pounded. There, you can see a hand coming around there from the halfback.
You see a hand coming around. But yeah, Clairvoya defending their own. They're defending, little errors that they may have done, but they're in there.
See how we go with the scrum play. Actually, wouldn't mind seeing Zane Ford come off the back of the scrum. There, just thundered towards the line here, but see if he couldn't make a shot on the play. Here we go, weaving, ducking, try time, surely.
Yep, tied defence there. The 9, had some good footwork prior to the scrum. He's got nice action. He sees a one marker. Jumps out, beats the marker that's there and gets in behind the ruck. Good footwork.
How good is that footwork?
Yep. Again, shows his skills in Game 6 after a big week and celebrates the tries with his mates. So Clairvoya can't go to sleep here, even though they're 20-6 in front, which will be now. This young fellow looks like he kicks pretty well. There's an opportunity to go to 20-12. It's only 8 points.
Yeah.
And the way St. Columba's come off after that first energy, their first try, they went 80 metres and got a penalty. So they'll be definitely up for the task. This could come down to a bit of the concentration of a 17, 18-year-old boy after five and a half games of rugby league.
This has been a reasonably easier path to kick the footy for a conversion. And again, that's what's
Done.
happened.
Done.
It's always been...
He strikes that well, doesn't he?
Good swing, like your golf swing, mate.
Close.
Pretty.
Just on my 7-9, that's it.
Just sweet. Just
Nothing else. I don't know why, but
Why
it just
you take the
feels
rest out,
good.
just
Yeah,
take the 7.
just take the 7.
Well-adjusted golfer. So, yeah, interesting to see how this kickoff
Yeah.
goes. And they want a good carry and try and force a
Good kick.
penalty from the...
Good catch. And here they come.
So
Good.
they just love it when they come.
Oh,
one-on-one
there he
strip.
is.
Unfortunately, coming up with an error.
Not just an athlete, a smart footballer.
Zane Ford.
Yep. 17's on.
Kranowski. So fresh legs out here for Clevo McKillop. To the right, it's for back row and Hegelson. And interesting enough, Hegelson will try and roll over and score. He's going to be held up. So the interesting play here, because they know the damage that Zane Ford can bring. So now the defence has got to realise, are they going to go to Zane Ford? And if they do, how many do we commit? Or we go to Hegelson who's going the other side. And both are dynamic ball carriers. Obviously, Ford a little bit more damaging. And then once again, if you look out to the left-hand side, they got another player there in Chris Wilson, who scored a try, who's also quite a big unit wide of the ruck.
Well, as I said, what we're looking at here on this left edge is multiple shapes. So, yeah, and the key figures that you spoke about are in those positions.
So do you see the advantage, especially with the scrum feed, where every second player may be a back rower in that, if you've got the scrum feed win, the throw them against the... well, if they haven't adjusted and looked to see who they sent, here comes Zane Ford now, and Zane Ford try just as easy as you like. And big Zane, he's out of control, Ford, and he gets another one, and they'll have nightmares about this man, won't they, St. Columbans?
Yes, it's big Zane. Numbers were there. They just probably didn't lack the commitment, didn't lack that concentration and get around the ball. Yes, they go high now, but sort of the young fellows forgot to go high and lock up the ball.
Can you get in each other's way?
You'd like to get in his way.
No, but can you, as defenders,
you can. Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, we've had.
Are you going high? You going low? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you, as a spectator and sometimes as a coach, sometimes you cringe when both young fellas go low because they're taught with their heads to be on the hips, and if they both go low, sometimes their heads unfortunately can nearly collide behind it. So they are sort of getting their rate, and that's that communication.
And is there a set law? If you're left, you go high. If you're right, you go low.
No, because, as really sort of high-level coaches in the tackle tech sort of position say, is like the ball is the key to start with. So if you happen to be on the left and they're carrying on the right-hand side, so your contact is with the ball. Okay. And then you get the support network coming back on the inside to get around the hip area or the midriff area to then control that player. Because the key to get offloads at the higher level is what they try to lock down. And even at this schoolboy level, you're trying to lock down second and third phase rugby league. But if you have a young bloke like Zane carrying the contact, you just let Zane go and get around him.
Makes a break here. Skipping out is
there you
go.
Let's see if the St. Columbans can get off the back of that defence. The markers have got to work. Yeah, see, that's great contact on a big man. The young fellow went low, 13. Nick can look for his next job, hopefully, here.
You can see, Zane Ford's got the footy now. He'll get the offload, gives it off to Byrne.
Yep.
Byrne in turn gives it off this man on the left edge, I should say, in Chris Wilson. Wilson gets over halfway. Dummy half here is Jack Pratt. Throwing in the line now is their replacement player coming on is Krasnowski. He's going to be bent backwards. He's going back towards the halfway line. 8 metres inside Columban's territory. Again, he wants to have another crack here as Krasnodski, big fella, thunders up the middle of BB Prince Stadium. It's the last tackle now.
He's adding value.
Ford's to the left. It goes behind him. It's going to be with Byrne. Byrne puts a kick in. Anderson's going to come flying through here. Anderson putting some heat on. Nicely taken back there by McGuinness. And makes something
contact.
out of that and still goes.
Good contact there by Ma, the 4. Now he's... Oh,
no. Why would you be a coach, Brian Pollock? Seriously.
For all the other good things. For all the other good things, you're a coach. For all the other good things.
I reckon you need 10 good things to one.
Yeah, well,
just to make
that's why
fair.
that's saying a positive to it. You got to find a positive somewhere. You got to find a positive somewhere.
He'll learn next time. He won't drop it next time. He'll learn from his mistake. And you hope so. 26 points to 12. We've still got 9 minutes remaining here, game 2. Boys confraternity section. The girls finished up yesterday with the Marymount. So here we go. Has to reach out for that one. That is Byrne. Good hands.
Yeah. Good shutdown by St. Columban's there. Come up, made a bit of an umbrella shape in the defence. Pushed him back on the inside.
That's it. Smart footy, catch and pass here. Clairvoya McKillop College, and still going forward there is Sebastian Koo. 10 out. Now the fullback, he's starting to come into a little bit more Ambrosini.
Yeah, well, he scored that try just before half time, so he's scheming, and where's he? 7 and 1.
And this is when you want.
There he goes.
And that's what you want with your small players to come in and do that work at the back when the tired forwards are there. But this guy's not tired here. Is Hamilton Krasnodski. He's a big body. He's drawn a few defenders. Now it's the last tackle here. Clairvoya McKillop College.
Set up out here on the left.
Where's Ford? No, they're going to go away from him.
Back.
Changes to the fullback in Ambrosini. Now
ball.
with McLaughlin. Tackler. Eli Ma.
Good scramble by St. Columban's there. They've kept themselves in the game here with, around 7.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and they're probably out of the contest with 14 minutes to go, but they're still throwing themselves at the line. They don't want this to blow out to 30.
No, exactly. They just need to really get some energy down here.
That's a good fence, right in the throat. Almost pulled out his Adam's apple. Nathan Byrne, he'll get up and he'll probably have a voice like mine by the end of the day.
Yeah, Clairvoya is D'ing up really well here. They've compressed their defence, and this is how they're going to win a grand final here. This is going to be their defensive set to do this.
Okay, Columbus now. Hooker and Ryan Carroll's tried all game.
It's 5, and they're only at the 20, 25 metre mark, and they've got the wind against them. There's a few things going against them. So they've won the grass battle there.
All right, that's halfway. What can happen is Ambrosini has to pick it up. He picks it up late. He's getting a little bit of heat coming through there from Harry Wilson. He's gone across the halfway line. Dart from dummy half. Good carry there from Violetti. The headgear. Good win the rest of the St. Columban's defence. Here he is again. It's Ma.
Yep. He's come in and helped his forwards out. You know, they did a fair bit of work in the defence there.
Just in the last 10 to 15 minutes, a lot of these Ambrosini and company have come in to help their forwards out. Here's Zane Ford. Zane Ford again. Well, he only just got ankle tapped in the end. Byrne. With Carol Lakua. Look out. Last tackle.
7 saying go that way.
Carol Lakua puts a grubber.
Oh, this is a chance. Yes, great. Oh, my God. That's a great try. He's looked in, and he's put it on the outside of his right foot. Geez, even Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary needs to watch this young fella do this. He's looked in, then where's the little space? That wingers come up, created the space, and the awareness. That is a great try. Yeah, great try. The 6 from Clairvoya. Young fella's run that fast. He's hit the fence. The 6 from Clairvoya has identified that space with the winger of St. Columban's coming up. Yeah, he might have thought he was going to pass. You know, he's going down that short side going, well, we're up. We're going to get him in the corner or we're going to shift the ball. But the vision that he's seen when the winger come up and create the space, he goes, well, that's my cue to kick. So he's kicked that just on his outside of his right foot. Got a nice bounce. And the winger, again, and he's good at the kicks. Only good as his chase, and he's on the ball, and he's flying through and basically running into the back fence.
It's a passion cue, but Cara Luca. We'll see the replay again shortly, and you'll find it's a game of inches. That kick only just misses the left thigh of the player that actually came out of the line. It's a battle of inches.
Oh, it is.
And it wasn't a really well played kick off the boot.
But he sort of, you sort of, when you do watch the replay, he squares up a little bit, and he has I think it's the 7 on the inside, sort of may distract someone, and then that probably might look like for the St. Columban's guys that they're going to run the ball. So the winger then sort of pushes up further than he should, because that overthinking things, and then the young fella's good enough to go, no, I'll have a go here, and I think it actually took a little bit of hair off that young fella's leg as you go through. So the 7's on the inside, so he probably does attract someone, and then you can just there's his foot. I think he's grabbed his gravel rash on his shin as he's gone past, and then the winger's done the rest.
And he'll be on the 7 News.
Yep. There's a highlight. 7 News, rib cage.
So 30 points to 12, 4 minutes remaining.
Short kickoff. Come on, do something.
Well, they're going to put it high.
Get some time. It's not a bad option. The shortish high kick. I know. Being around the North Devils a little bit last year and previous years, and talking to Rowan Smith and different people, he had he obviously gave his players an open invitation to talk about different things from kickoffs and give them ownership on things. And I did watch a game last year where they did do a lot of short kickoffs to go into that pocket. Just a bit too hard, boys. I don't think that. Oh, he's knocked it on.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a penalty. I thought it was a penalty above the horizontal.
Yeah,
but no.
I didn't think it was. Yeah, it didn't look. It did look bad, but I didn't think it was that bad.
It's interesting to say that they're actually a kick that's coming back into the game these days is the box kick. I know it's in rugby union where they're just trying to kick it over there, and the fullback has to come through and generally has to sort of reach out in front and try and take that ball.
Yep.
And it can be thundering hooves that might dislodge it. But I see a lot more kicks, not down the throat, but just in that vacant
just
area
enough
behind the
to get it to bounce to make it difficult for the fullback. Yeah, well, look at the fullbacks in our game. They're athletic.
Yep.
They're aware. They're smart. They're fast. So you got to try and eliminate their opportunities. And and again, Penrith, Melbourne, all these good teams in the higher level are thinking differently and trying to do things differently, because if you do the same thing, it's not going to work.
I'd like to see a little chip kick here because there's nobody home here for Mary McKillop. But anyway, they're going to run it out, looking for a quick play the ball. Was I held? Yes, you were. Back you go.
Take a step back.
You don't know unless you ask.
That's
man
right.
Torrens.
He's been good for him, the 13. He's been good for him. He's in there and defending and taking carries. He's really good, Oscar
Torrens. Can they get...
There's that 9. There's that footwork, leg speed.
Well, he stands up.
He's been really good, Ryan Carroll. Yeah, Ryan Carroll's been really good for St. Columban's.
Anderson's back there as well.
Got to get an opportunity here.
Has that been touched by yes? Well, somebody's knocked it on, but maybe not against. He didn't play the advantage, so that must be scrum feed, you would think, to Clairvoya McKillop. 90 seconds remaining. Well, mate, we got to wrap up pretty quick after this one. But listen, all the best this afternoon. Thanks for your time with the call. I really enjoyed your company. You're very insightful of what you've been able to pass on to me about the game of rugby league, especially schoolboy rugby league. And it's a nursery of some of the stars of the future. We talk about Mary McClibbert. Obviously, the Smith brothers and a few others have played in this competition. And a few of the Origin players from the other night were bred from this carnival. So
they were.
It must be great to be part of it, mate.
Mate, it's amazing. As I said, I just went through my 91 program with the boys this morning, just to about history and the number of players that went on to represent NRL clubs, and then a number of players through that system that went on to play for Queensland and Australia. So, it's these boys will go back, and the old, the great Lionel Williamson used to say, take a group of boys on a bus to confraternity, and you bring the group of boys back as men. So it's a great opportunity, and hopefully every young man and young girl at this carnival has enjoyed it immensely, both on and off the field. And I'm pretty sure in this game, Clairvoya will enjoy their fruits of their efforts. St. Columban's, well, they should be proud of themselves to make it to a final. It's
been knocked on.
And be able to go back to school, like you said, next term and enjoy their Term 3 sport and also, say that they made it to a final of a confraternity.
Well, full-time. Well, good luck with obviously your last game today, and obviously with the Term 3 season coming up.
They are season
How many,
competition.
you got 6 or 8 games?
I think it's seven
Probably
in
seven.
total. Seven in total.
Full-time here, and Clairvoya McKillop will run out winners, 30 points to 12. Brian Pollock, thank you for your time here. Mate, I'll see you next year at Laurie's.
Mate, I'm in. Very
on
good.
you.
Thanks, John.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time. Full-time here, Clairvoya McKillop, 30 points to 12. Tries to Ambrosini, Anderson, Koo, 2 to Zane Ford, 1 to Chris Wilson, and a couple of tries there to Ryan Carroll and Oscar Torrens there for St. Columban's College. Full-time, we'll be back here for another game kicking off very soon here on BB Print Stadium. We'll see you soon.